Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Wilkesboro Speedway. Here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Networks, it's the Skittles Birthday Bash All-Star 125. With me in the booth, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond, and we've got somebody a little more special than that even tonight, because we've got our man, Terry Foster.
Gentlemen, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, Terry. Rick, how are you, bud?
I'm doing great, guys. I'm excited about this, man. The All-Star race here at North Wilkesboro. I'm happy.
North Wilkesboro was completed in 1946. Rick, it started its racing days as a dirt track and eventually became paved, and we're going to leave it at that. I know Terry's done a lot of research, thinking that maybe I hadn't, but I surely did. Getting ready for tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. This is my second race calling here live tonight here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It's a lot of fun, this track. I've actually had a chance to race on it, and it is an absolute blast. I want to get Terry getting ready to go up and down the grid here. Terry, I know you got somebody in mind to talk to. Why don't you let everybody know? We'll get them up here.
I tell you what, we talked about it at the pre-show, pre-race here. Let's grab that 44, Mr. Bockover. Aaron Bockover, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy, I seen you guys doing a pit party there in that 55, and you kind of rubbed each other. What's going on there?
The 55 there apparently ran it in just a little too deep and hit those bumps and got in my left rear quarter panel there, and once you start going around, can't really do much to save it.
Well, Aaron, I don't know how many laps you got in here. I haven't really looked yet, but how's it feeling, man? I don't know if you've practiced any at all this week on this, but how's it feel for you?
I like the setup. First 5-6 laps, it seems a little loose, but then the tires come around and pretty good after that.
Okay, has Mark given you guys all the stage information, or if that's what he's doing now? I see he's talking.
I don't know. I had him muted. But the stages are 50, 50, 25.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys got all that information yet. So, well, buddy, good luck tonight. Let's bring one home for TNA tonight, brother.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank TRJ for all they do for us, and a happy birthday to Skittles.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
And that is the driver of the 44. He's going to try and rock it to the front here tonight. One of the couple of drivers here from TNA Motorsports getting ready to duke them out here tonight. And man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by TRJKarting.com, and we've got a special message about that.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
TRJKarting.com. Definitely do check them out on Facebook. Give them that like. Tell them that Chris and Rick sent you. And you know what? Tell them Terry sent you too. What the heck? Well, guys, we've got about 8.5 minutes left of practice. And from what I understand, qualifying going to go back to the old one at a time setup. 2 laps to get your stuff right. And Terry, that's going to be a little different than it has been so far this season. How do you think the guys are going to like that change?
I think he's going to like it. All season long we've been doing the group qualifying. Tonight they're going to do 2 laps, single by themselves. I think it's going to work out. Again, I've been looking at the times. Dakota Todd up there with an 18.032 and Jamie Walker with an 18.065. Really close, but they're in traffic. Let's see what these guys do single.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting. You see Dakota Todd kind of go off there, and tire is off. NASCAR Late Night, good to see you out there. Really appreciate you stopping in. Thank you for sharing. And ladies and gentlemen, we have about 7.5 minutes to go of this practice session. If you haven't shared this out yet, please make sure to do so. This is a very special race because it's the All-Star race, and it is time for these guys to get it on. I can't wait. I have been excited about this one practically. Well, it's okay. I've been excited about it all week because it's North Wilkesboro, #1. And like I said earlier, I got a chance to drive on this track. in the Legends car. It was a lot of fun. But one thing I will tell you, it was extremely loose. Yeah, sorry about that, Rick.
I know what you're doing. I know. Well, Chris, you're talking about loose now. This afternoon, you and Roger moved in the booth. We're doing a broadcast live here, so you had everything all set up. And I remember that track temperature going up to about, 124 degrees? So very hot and slick out there. Right now, that track temperature is sitting at 97 degrees. Air temperature, nice 78. So 97, obviously it's going to go up a little bit, but it's going to get slick here, I have a feeling.
Yeah, this is going to be... Look, the one thing I learned, Terry, I don't know. Have you turned any laps on this yet?
I got into it a little bit yesterday, just messing around with it. It seemed like this was out the setup. It seemed like on the iRacing setup, first 5 laps, man, it was fast. But after that, it seems like it just really wanted to go out to the wall on me.
Yeah, so it got really tight.
Yeah, it got real tight.
So what I noticed, and maybe you noticed it too and just didn't think to bring it up, but you go into turn 1 for the first time under green, and I think that no matter, the track temp says it's 96 degrees, and if it's possible to put down a sheet of ice on top of a 96 degree track, they certainly figured it out here on this track, because I'm telling you, every single time you take the green, man, that turn 1 corner, I was nervous every single time.
Oh, I was too, and I was on the track just by myself. Every time I come out of the turn, I was like, man, is this thing going to turn, or is it going to go straight for the wall?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. A lot of excitement to be had here. A half-a-mile track, lots of action going to be had, and I can't wait to get it on. We're going to have 20 drivers. These are hand-picked drivers for this all-star event, getting ready to go here. And I do want to say, yes, tomorrow is my niece's birthday. Not really my niece, but might as well be. And unfortunately, because I was calling a race earlier, I couldn't participate in the drive-by birthday, but a special shout out to Miss Paige Hammond. Happy birthday, my darling, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day tomorrow.
I just happened to catch some of them pictures you put up earlier, Rick. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a great showing. I mean, a little different this year. I mean, it's kind of sad because our middle child, I almost said youngest, but that's not true no more. Her birthday was canceled back in January because she was sick. And my aunt's 60th birthday, that got canceled in February due to a huge snowstorm that we got. And now with the COVID stuff, my 10-year-old didn't get to celebrate her big one, but everybody did a fantastic job. And it was really cool to see. A little different this year, but we got through it, and that's that.
Absolutely. 4 minutes to go, Terry. What, and all of the reading that you've done on North Wilkesboro, what was the one single thing that you read that stood out to you the most?
And I already told you guys this, actually two kind of main things. In 1949, the very first race was ran, and Bob Flock, one of the Flock boys, was running his 49 Olds, and the total purse for the whole race was only $3,800. Now, the last race was in 1996, won by Jeff Gordon driving his big old 24 Chevy. And guys, the purse for that was $809,000. That was total for all the guys. And the other thing I found interesting, as I was telling you, where the start-finish line is, where it's kind of shaped in a D, they could not make it a full big track, and they kept the hills in it, as we talked about, because he ran out of money. The guy only had $1,800 to develop his track. That's all. And once he ran out of that money, he was done. And it turned into what we know it as now.
Well, unfortunately, what we know it as now is kind of a shamble. But luckily for us, Dale Jr. doing all the heavy lifting here to get this track onto iRacing to kind of preserve its legacy. And certainly there is a legacy to this track that cannot be denied. And I am so grateful for him to do that for all of us. And I would love to keep this track in our memories, man. It's definitely provided some super action. I want to say happy birthday also to Crystal out there. We know her as Skittles. And so for both of you birthday girls out there, here we go. And we're going to hold off for just a second here because I didn't have it queued up properly. I'm going to go ahead and admit that.
I just saw it muted, didn't you?
Expect me to change
what we're doing tonight and do it perfect, so just don't.
Here we go. That's it. That's all I've got. Now it's time to get ready for the race here tonight. A minute 20 left to go. And here we are with Dakota Todd with the hot shoe so far during practice. His best lap time, a 17:988. Behind him, Jamie Walker's best lap time is a 18:006. Very close between those top two. And you know what, guys? It doesn't get much further apart within the top five. All drivers very close, ending with Rick Thompson, who's fifth quickest out there right now.
Almost definitely. I'm sitting there watching him practice this, and I'm watching Dalton. He just walked away from these guys. I don't know if he might have jumped the gun when somebody said go or, well, but he's laying down some good laps at an 18:138 there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Mark says should have. I had the graphic up, but I wanted to keep the action going, Mark. Oh, Lord. There it is. There's the graphic. Again, it's the Skittles Birthday Bash All-Star Race 125 here tonight. And I'm telling you, that Turn 3 Racing Network engine underneath the hood of the 41. Terry, you've been on the other side of this thing. That thing has been fast all season long, and it's ready to go again.
Yes, it is. Yeah, watching.
You know, I mean, I kind of have to support the 41 team just because of the Turn 3 Racing Network on the deck lid. Of course, the engine's underneath the hood. So the whole car is covered in our extended warranty. Been doing a great job, Chris, but there's one car out there, and I'll let you guess which one that I'm very excited about.
Thinking I know, and I'm just waiting for this qualifying session to get going. We hear him firing up just a little bit, and now it looks like Dalton Kilroe going to hit the track first. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to qualify. And as soon as I see that car, Rick, I'm going to throw it on for you so you can talk about it. But right now, he is still on pit road. Dalton Kilroe crosses the start-finish line to get this hot lap going. 2 laps to qualify. Thank you very much, NASCAR Late Night. I appreciate that. Obviously, every little bit helps. 41 diving out of turn number 4. Into the front stretch. Down that hill into turn 1. Kilroe's fast time so far in 18:137. Good enough for the pole as of yet.
Now, the one we're waiting on has not taken the track yet. Okay, I see him lining up, so he may be heading out.
And Kilroe ends up at second spot, and look at this. Jamie Walker right now is taking away the pole, and he's done it in fine fashion, a 17:975, obviously waiting to get his best lap going. There it is, Rick, the car you are most excited about sitting on track right at the end of pit road, bud.
I'm very excited. I mean, this car looks outstanding for obvious reasons. Of course, Terry's going to look pretty cool too. And I know somebody else is going to have one that's going to be pretty cool. But one thing, you know, Terry, I'm a huge supporter of Blazing Pedals. Obviously, I own everything that I can possibly own except for a cart from trjkarting.com. I got the Serby shirt. I helped Dalton with his VR. You know, he's out there doing that. And of course, I felt bad about TNA Motorsports, so I did order 3 shirts. And only 2 of them I'm going to wear. And I don't want you to feel bad because yours is pretty special. Yours is actually going to be hung up in my race room on my wall. So very excited about getting those. And of course, I know that Mr. Shermanator is going to be doing something special for me too with that 3 car. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, Rick, if you need me to, I'll make a visit up there and I'll go ahead and sign that shirt for you.
I was actually trying to figure out a way that we could do that. I felt like telling Corey to say, hey, can you send that first to Terry to have him sign it, and then I'll pay Terry to ship it to me. I thought about that. That would be cool. I think that would be cool.
No, what we need to do is just get Terry over here.
Or we just need to go there.
Or there, yeah.
Come on to Ohio.
Ohio.
Around the corner.
It's 740 miles, guys. I already looked at it.
Oh,
well,
boy.
We've got a few drivers on track that have not moved yet, guys. What's this all about? Are they just going to not qualify?
My guess is they're not going to qualify because since it's a new track, we haven't been on this track, new setup. I think some of these guys might be waiting for, quote unquote, the big one to happen, and maybe just hanging back and get that position.
Well, I will tell you what, if it sticks the way it is right now, Jamie Walker walks away with another pole. He's done that a few times here this season. Dakota Todd, who actually had the pole last week, Dakota Todd is going to be sitting in second spot. Rick Thompson last week was absolutely on fire in his number 76. Didn't get the result that he absolutely deserved, but third starting spot for him. Dalton Kilroe and Hayden Wheeler rounding out the top 5. And that, guys, is if it stays the way it is right now.
Jamie Walker, you said polls. I ran his numbers today. He's got 4 official starting positions on the poll this season.
Yeah, Walker has been all over it. He's also won more stages than anybody else. But Dalton Kilroe has won more races than anybody else. So it all comes down to, I don't know. What does it come down to, Terry? I'm kind of at a loss there.
Well, last season we talked about the wild horse, the dark shadow, whatever you guys want to call it. I don't care. I got a feeling these front guys, this Jamie Walker, Todd, Thompson, these guys, I think these guys in the back may have something for them. Now, I need to ask you a question, Chris. When you was on this track, how quick did you run up on lap traffic?
Actually, because of the car that we were running, it was a Legends car. So we went green by and large most of the race. And it took, I want to say it took about 40, 45 laps for us, the front runners, to kind of catch the back of the field. Now, that said, we had a similar size field as what we're going to be posting tonight, a 20-car field. So should be very interesting to see how much faster these guys, if they are able to, catch the back end of this field. And that's a question that we haven't had answered yet.
Okay. Well, a quick fact about the cautions. Out of 93 races this track's seen out of the big boys, they only went 3 races without a caution. I think, and in 1991, the most cautions was 17 for 87 laps. I hope we don't see that tonight.
Oh, yeah. The race I did this afternoon with Mr. Muth, we had 12, if I recall correctly, caution flags. And we're talking about some real life drivers, all of them, including a couple of what they call the iRacing Pro guys. So pretty intense racing, and definitely a lot like tonight. There's some money on the line to be won, and you could see it towards the end of the race, especially.
Oh, most definitely. You want me to go ahead and run through that? I'll tell
absolutely.
you what it is.
Yep.
Well, okay. So we're going to run 3 stages. So the first 2 stages, the winner of that gets $10. Each stage win gets $10. The overall winner of the race tonight will get $120. Second place will get $50, and third place will get $25. That's a little bit of cash right there, guys. At least to pay for the track for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got somebody that didn't want to race because they didn't want to buy it. Could have won more money than it cost to buy the darn thing.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple guys that didn't want to race tonight, or maybe you had plans. I do know that. We had a couple late entries in this race tonight, so it's all good. We're going to have fun tonight anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Rick is going to be picking up a new thing here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been going into that live admin screen, but changes are coming, and because of those changes, we're no longer going to be able to go into that live admin control. However, Rick will be able to monitor that, and we will keep you apprised of anything that goes on in that discussion. I do want to say that Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has qualified. He is in third spot right now, so we have a change up in the top 5. And, we got, 2.5 minutes here to go. Guys, I'm asking you both now, last minute thoughts on this track, how it looks, how it seems to run, and your general thoughts on the track itself. Rick, why don't you go ahead first?
All right, well, first, I haven't really done many laps here at North Wilkesboro, but Chris, let me tell you, they brought it back to 1987, which I think is outstanding. We have the old NASCAR Cup Series banners on the track. It looks fantastic. I have done a couple of practice laps here just so I could do some painting on this track for a couple of cars. And from what I did, I'm amazed by it. I mean, I think it's beautiful, and I think iRacing did a really good job. And of course, again, thank you to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is a huge supporter of iRacing, and all the volunteers that went down to get the track ready so iRacing can come scan it. And now it's saved, man. I mean, no matter what happens to this track, it's going to live forever as long as iRacing is on the internet. And I think that's just amazing.
Yeah, Rick, I agree with Rick 100%. I mean, Dale Earnhardt, he started the ball rolling on this, Junior, I should say, start the ball rolling on this, and now we're doing it in iRacing. Again, you got the NASCAR Cup Series all over the place on this thing. The track is beautiful. Pit Road, coming down Pit Road, it just, my hometown racetrack is Eldora. Kind of reminds me of that. It's just real small, nowhere to mess up. See what these guys can do actually on Pit Road, too. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'll say this from experience. You talked about Pit Road. Pit Road here is extremely tight. Something you got to be careful of is missing your pits box. And I actually saw that earlier on today. A lot of drivers were missing pit boxes because Pit Road was so full up, they were having trouble seeing their pit board. So with 40 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for the qualifying to be done and to get this thing under the green flag. 125 laps, 3 different stages. Stage 1 will end on lap 50. Stage 2 ends on lap 100, and then it's a 25-lap shootout. And I believe, Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the third stage, you have to come down either for tires or fuel, but you have to come down pit road.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go over this real quick. Yes, 50, 50, 25. Caution laps do not count for tonight. There are no tire limits. Usually we have 3, but there's no limits tonight. The last stage must stop in the pit box. You do not have to take tires or fuel, but you have to stop in that pit box.
All right, so make sure you do not mess yourself up and click on 4 tires. All right, listen, qualifying is officially done. The grid is starting to happen, and Jamie Walker is going to have the pole. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to grid them up. On the pole tonight with his number 88, the TRJ Karting.com 88, with a 17.975. It's going to be Jamie Walker. To his outside, it's going to be the 63 of Dakota Todd, who put down an 18.050 for his quick lap time. Starting inside row number 2, it is going to be the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and to his outside, the 76 of Rick Thompson. Inside row number 3, it's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. To his outside, Rick, it's going to be the 4 car of Hayden Wheeler.
And starting on inside row number 4, the 6 of Derek Paulson. Next to him is going to be the 3. That's Corey the Shermanator Sherman. On the outside, row number 5 is going to consist of Big Daddy Brian McRae in the 35. Next to him, Old Woodside 92 Blake Decker. On the inside, row number 6, the 17 of Big Bad Brian Dees, and the 44 of Aaron Bockover. Row number 7 going to consist of Brad Collins and his 22 machine, and the 13 of David Bennett. Row number 8 on the inside, the other TRJkarting.com Toyota Camry. That's the 16 of Ian Habiuk, and on his outside, the 97 of Jeff Hartline. Row number 9 going to be the 1 of Ty Morosco, and the 9 of Nick Okie. Row number 10, it's going to be the 11 of Patrick Abrahamson and the 55 of Corey Rutherford. That's going to round out the field, Chris.
Well, you got all greedy and didn't let Terry do any, but that's okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
One thing that Terry mentioned, and this is going to play a little bit of a factor in this race, caution flags do not count. And from what I've been told from a couple of the other guys here at the Turn 3 Racing Network is it does mess with our scoring just a little bit, but it does correct itself over time. So we'll try and keep you apprised of all that. And I will say that this is definitely a multi-lane track. Maybe not at first, but it'll turn into one through the race. So that's something to watch out for here as well. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to boogity as we are getting ready for that first green flag of the night. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Blazing Pedals All-Star Race, brought to you by TRJKarting.com. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. Jamie Walker hits the gas pedal. We are going under the green flag for the first time tonight. 50 laps is stage number 1 as they roll into turn number 2 now. Going on to the backstretch for the first time here under power. And we're starting to spread them out already on the inside, though. It is the Butcher Benjamin working the inside of the 76 of Rick Thompson. And that lasted not very long at all. Just behind them, the Butcher and the 41 getting it going here. This is going to be a good race all the way through. Get to the edge of your chair. You might as well do it early because that's where you're going to end here with this all-star race. The 41 goes around, almost saves it. Holy cow.
I don't know how Dalton Kilroy was able to do that, Chris, but he is still going there. He's now battling with the 3 of Corey Sherman. Right there on the outside, Sherman makes that pass, but man, that must have been a very heart-pounding moment for Dalton Kilroy.
Oh man, I guess so. Hey, just up a little bit from them, Derek Paulson in 6th spot in his 6 car. He's got Hayden Wheeler to his outside. That's a battle for the 5th position, and Hayden Wheeler takes off with it and gets down low. Here comes the 92 looking on the outside. That's Blake Decker. Oh, Paulson and Wheeler both get really loose. That allows Corey Sherman to go around. Here comes the 41. Going to make it 3 wide. Oh, it is 3 wide right now. Corey Sherman to the outside. Whoa, Terry. Take your nitro pill now, brother, because it's going to be a long one.
I'm sitting here watching the Shermanator in that 3. He's really close to that wall. I don't know if he brushed it a couple laps ago when with Dalton was having this little bit of an issue, but man, this is I wish I'd have gotten this race now.
Do you really? Hayden Wheeler on the outside of the 44. Backover. Wheeler goes around Backover. Backover a little slow on the inside. Behind them, it's the 35 of Brian McRae, the 13 of David Bennett, and the list of names goes on and on. This is the all-star race here at the Blazing Pedals. And man, oh man, it's been nothing short of exciting here since the drop of the green flag. This man right here, your race leader, Jamie Walker, being followed by Dakota Todd and Rick Thompson as your top 3. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin picking up that 4th spot, and Blake Decker rounding out the top 5. Blake Decker may be under the gun here very soon from Derek Paulson, looking to try and get to that back bumper.
Now, what I kind of like about this race, guys, is that this is the all-star race, so it's a non-points race. These guys are out there. Obviously, we heard that they're racing for some money, but this is what you really want, man. I mean, you can go out here, you can have fun. We're on a new track that a lot of these drivers haven't turned a lot of laps, maybe not even with the ARCA car at all, and now they're out there just having fun.
I'm sitting there watching the 44 Backover. He is just working on that 4 of Wheeler, man. He's trying to get under him. He's going to make that move or he's going to put him out of the way, I think. I don't know.
Well, it could happen. And as a non-points race, you got to know that it's definitely a possibility. We're looking at the 41 right now. That's Dalton Kilroy. Kilroy is, well, he had that little moment there at the beginning of the race, kind of collected himself now. I think the tires have probably warmed up, and he is trying to make a move forward. He's got the 3 of Corey Sherman right in front of him. Of course, Hayden Wheeler and Aaron Backover still engaged in battle. And those are the 2 real good battles going on here on the track right at this moment.
A lot of drivers just going nose to tail, Chris, and it's kind of amazing. They're running that one line. Everybody wants to be on that low line right now. I'm just looking. That track temperature is beautiful right now. 92 degrees. The air temperature holding steady at 78. We got some cloud cover here, so that's going to come into play. But oh, the 44 into the back of the 4 of Hayden Wheeler.
Yeah, those 2 guys are going at it. Let McRae, Bennett, and Dees just run them down.
Yeah, and that's the thing you have to be careful for, right? If you're racing with somebody side by side, you're going a little slower than somebody who might be behind you with nobody on their side. So it does catch the field back up behind those two drivers. Let's check in with your race leader. It is Jamie Walker. He's led every lap from the start to now. He's got Dakota Todd all covered by about a second now. Dakota Todd has got Rick Thompson covered by a second. So top three drivers about 3 seconds apart.
Now, one thing, I mean, I'm so excited. I mean, I kind of knew once I knew that this track was coming out that this might be the All-Star race, Chris, and I wasn't disappointed. Yeah, how cool would it be, Terry? Next year, we come back here, we do it again, but we do it in the 87 Cup cars.
Oh, sign me up.
I like that answer.
I might have to step out of the booth for that one.
Sign me up.
Now, here's another question. Since you are part of the league and you are a league admin,
Yeah.
does this track have a chance of being championship race also, or no?
Honestly, I don't know. It's just something that we haven't really talked about. And remember, the championship track is an all vote. McRae got into the grass a little bit, got a little squirrely there. We haven't talked about it.
I mean, I think that would be kind of cool.
Hey, I guess we could throw it in there someplace next year. You know, it depends on.
Oh, 17 gets into the 35. Brian McRae tried to save it, couldn't do it. He goes around. Looking for the yellow. It has not come out yet.
There it is.
Brian McRae goes around. We're going to take a look, see what'll happen. There he is, the 35 of Brian McRae. Brian Dees right behind him. Dees shoots it down to the inside. Puts the bumper to the 35, and then the 97 of Artline and the 13, the 16 also involved in that one. We'll go back one more time, take a look at this. Slightly different angle. 13 gets really loose there, so he backs up.
From what I'm looking at, it looks like the 17 got under McRae, and I don't know, maybe the 35 just turned a little bit on him. I don't know. We'll let Sam and Mark figure that out.
Yeah, the 17 just had a good run. He got into the back of the 35, no place for the three other drivers to go. And look at the damage to that 35 machine. There was another car involved with that one too, and I didn't catch. No, it may have been the 9 of Nico Kie. Oh yes, it was. Nico Kie also involved with that one.
And the 97 and 13 was also involved with. McRae's had some bad luck this season, man. He's, I think he's P18 right now in our point system. I mean, he's got an average finish of 18 right now with an average start of 13 for the season. So like everybody wants to get them tires and some fuel, boys.
Yeah, that's another beautiful thing about this is come on down and get them if you want them.
Again, not like our regular season where we only get 3 tires for the whole race. Tonight, it's unlimited, guys. I mean, they can burn them up all they want.
I would say you're encouraged to, right? That's what's going to give you the best racing.
And just like you guys said too, that was down the 15, and he is going to be getting an EOL first strike.
All right, Rick, thank you for that. So the admin's having to throw down the first strike of the night. Here we are on lap 20. We got 30 laps to go before the end of this first stage. That's the scheduled caution flag. And if we've seen anything yet, we know these guys they came prepared to go. And
yes, they did.
it's gonna be a wild ride here for the rest of this one. I'm pretty certain of it. The only chance you're gonna have is to get to that early lead, very much like Walker was able to do at the start of this when he kind of took off and never looked back. Pace car lights are off. Pace car drops down onto pit road as the cars wind down onto the front stretch. Jamie Walker hard on that gas pedal. Here we go, back into the green flag, going into turn 1 and 2. It's going to be Walker, Todd, and then a battle for third spot between Rick Thompson and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The Butcher pushes it through. The Butcher now up to third spot. Rick Thompson right behind him. Blake Decker up there in the 92. Oh no, Rick Thompson goes for a little bit of a ride. Comes off in the inside retaining wall. Still under the green flag. And that could have been just a case of tires weren't warm enough yet. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I felt in the Legends car. The first few laps, man, it just wanted to come out from underneath you, and then it started to tighten up. And I think that's exactly what these guys are feeling out there, even in these cars.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, when you incorporate that along with the elevation changes on this track, Chris, that's something that we haven't really talked much about. But this track is on a hill, so when you're coming into 3 and 4, you're going uphill, and when you're going into 1 and 2, you're going down. So, I mean, that comes into play a little bit too, and the track temperature has actually cooled down to 89 degrees. So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of different strategies being employed here, and still trying to learn the track. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for coming on out here to the race tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network. It's brought to you by TRJKarting.com. It's the Blazing Pedals K&N Series.
Sitting there watching my TNA boys 7th and 8th right now, guys.
Yeah, Corey Sherman sitting in that 7th position in his 3 car, the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
And I guarantee you right now that radio is really silent. Aaron races, he has to be quiet. Trust me. He's told me many times in certain ways.
Rick throwing down some road sodas. Terry throwing down some road sodas. And unfortunately, I'm all out, so I got to go get some more on the refrigerator. But we'll wait a little bit, and I'll do it in a minute here. You all know me better than that. You know I'm not going without. Jamie Walker. Walker up front.
Store yesterday?
I'm sorry?
Didn't you go to the store yesterday?
I didn't mean I was out. I mean, I'm out because I don't have any more with me.
Oh.
Yeah, they're over there, and I'm over here.
I was going to call 911 for you because something's not right.
Yeah, absolutely. The 10 hard into the wall, and he pins himself there to keep away from everybody. A good job out of the butcher to stay into the wall and let those 2 drivers go behind him. Very good driving. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. Sometimes it doesn't work, but the butcher puts it in the wall and holds it there steady. Lets Decker and Paulson go on through.
Well, Chris, this is something we've been preaching a lot here in the last, half season to right now. We've been preaching for the guys to hold it in the wall if they happen to get sucked into it. It causes chaos when you try to pull it off. You come down in front of other guys, you just ruin somebody else's race. So you only get a 2x if you just keep it in the wall.
Yeah, you just leave it there, you're fine. Bockover able to get around the 3 of Corey Sherman. And now Hayden Wheeler is right behind Sherman, along with David Bennett and the 35 of Brian McRae. McRae, we saw him go around, able to get it back out on track, now firing back up. He's 1 position out of the top 10. The 22, Brad Collins, Patrick A. out there. And then it's Ty Morosco running the disqualified car.
I don't know why he still runs that. It's been a while since he's been disqualified.
I was going to say, when was the last time he was actually disqualified? Because the last few races, you guys had 0 disqualified.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Ty Morosco, his last DQ was at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Our second Phoenix race, he was DQ'd in that race. That's the last time.
Yeah. And he's been racing rather well as of late. TRJ members going against each other. Jamie Walker puts his teammate Ian Habiak down a lap. That's going to make Ian down 2 laps. Not the way he wanted to start this race, but at this point in position for the lucky dog to try and get one of them back. No, he's not, because he's 2 laps down, Chris. Come on, buddy.
That's another story that's going on tonight. Usually Ian has his dad, Tim Habiak, owner of TRJKarting.com, of course, as we all know, in his ear, Chris, as a spotter. But Mr. and Mrs. Habiak, they decided to go and have a little vacation and do stuff in Tennessee. So Ian tonight, by himself. Yeah. I'm wondering if he turned on his spotter in iRacing.
I know. I hope he did.
Guys, I am sitting here watching the 11 of Abraham's, and man, he started in 19th. He's all the way up to 13th. He's just out there giving Collins in that 22 all kinds of ration crap.
Yeah, the wonderful thing, though, is, again, behind them, that 1 of Ty Morosco there, if something were to happen to those 2 drivers, Morosco, as I'm saying, that gets a little tight, pushes up on the track, able to keep that position. He's got the 9 of Nico Kie right behind him. And Rick Thompson, we saw him running up towards the front, run into some trouble. You see the damage on the left front, and the 76 right now being scored in 16th spot, but don't let that stop you from cheering him on, ladies and gentlemen, because he is far from slow at this point. Just got to gather it back up and get it going. The damage not really going to be a factor here. Only a half a mile track, no drafting to be had. It really just comes down to handling, so long as that's okay. Rick Thompson, we'll see him again up in the top 10.
You know, earlier I said something about we had a couple guys that was last minute entries. I'll give you a reason why. On one of our guys, the number 5 of Caston, he's in 15th place right now in our points. I guess he was riding his dirt bike yesterday, wrecked it, and I guess he messed up his knee pretty good.
Oh no!
That is why he could not be.
We got him going on now. The 11 goes around. That's Patrick A. I believe the 4 of Hayden Wheeler also having troubles. We're still under the green flag. No caution to be had. This track will tear you up one way or another, and one of the ways, it's really hard to force a caution out here. The way this track cleans itself, you can come out going straight again, and you're fine. Keep rolling.
Anyway, he wrecked his bike, hurt his knee, so he told us today that he would not be able to race. He didn't think his knee could handle it. So, and the funny thing is, he is a safety director, I guess, for the company he works for, and he was a little unsafe. And not at work, but at play.
Oh, Lord. Not an ideal situation. And I wish the best for Hank Caston, quick recovery. And look at this, guys. The 63 of Dakota Todd here in the winning laps of the first stage, starting to catch the 88. And remember, there are dollars on the line anytime you win a stage. So Dakota Todd pushing that 63 for everything it's worth right now. Just about 5 laps to go here before we see the first scheduled caution of the night, as Dakota Todd following the 88 in through turns 1 and 2 and up onto the backstretch.
Dakota Todd, funny story about him. As I was doing all my stats today, Dakota only has raced 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only raced 5 races this season with us. And he's got an average finish of 16 with an average start of 5, but he's won, 3 races, I think? 1 race. He's only won one race. I'm sorry, my bad. But he's got 3 poles.
Yeah. So what that's telling me is he's fast, especially up front, but when he gets into traffic, sometimes speed will kill you.
Oh, God, yes. Most definitely.
Jamie Walker?
This season's been great for everybody at Blazing Pedals, Chris, because we've seen a lot of drivers, Terry yourself included, who have really, grown this season. Guys are very competitive, and it's just pretty cool to see.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I don't know if last week you guys said something. What was that? Talladega. I got the lead out there. And guys, I was nervous as hell when my hands were sweating. You thought I might have been grinning ear to ear. Not really, man, because I was nervous. I didn't know what the hell I was doing up front there, but I enjoyed it.
Well, the more you're up there, the more you get used to it. Coming out of turns 3 and 4 now, the 88 looking to win stage number 1. And man, did that happen quick. Just waiting on the caution. There it is. Stage 1 is done and in the books. The 88 going to be your stage 1 winner. What is it, Terry? $10 goes to the 88 machine for winning that stage.
Yes, sir. It is $10.
All right. So we're going to have some pit stops happening here, I bet, as one caution in the middle of that run, lap 20. So they've got about 30 laps on these tires and they're ready to come off. Jamie Walker in the 88 is your race leader, and don't you dare go away, because we've got more North Wilkesboro action coming to you right here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network right after this. And we're back from North Wilkesboro. Stage 1 is complete. Unfortunately, that commercial ran a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but that's okay. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to start stage number 2. And the 88 machine, again, stage 1 winner. We get ready for stage number 2. It's going to be another 50 laps before we have a scheduled yellow silk in the air. And the 88 choosing to go to the outside. Waiting for that pace car.
Now we're going to see how many guys are hungry.
Good restart again out of the 88 machine as he takes off. Dakota Todd holds on to position. And oh yeah, here we go. It looks like we've got a caution on our hands. Caution out there, and I
see Bach over in the grass.
Pretty sure it started with maybe just behind Blake Decker. Let's go take a peek.
Ooh.
Looking at that 92 on the inside. He gets into the 6 of Derek Paulson, and that's where it starts. And then the Butcher gets involved with it. Teammates there. So let's go on back to Derek Paulson, taking a look from his vantage point. As we're going back to the green flag restart. The 92 may have spun his tires a little bit there, but then gets tight, goes up into the 6. The 41 does a decent job to avoid. And you see the 3 other cars kind of get involved with it. You see Bach over, hits the inside retaining wall. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin pushes it back out onto the track. So here we are, boys. Under caution, Jamie Walker is your race leader. And Terry, I think you and Josh need to have a private discussion on Facebook.
You know what? I just seen that. I was like, what? Josh, come on. You're killing me. I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
I'm just rolling with it.
I'm waiting for his reply here. Now, Josh used to race with us.
Yes, he did.
I don't know why he left, but we kind of miss him. Wish he'd come back. Well, we can't come back now because we got everything closed up for the season. But Chris, I have a question for you about this track. You said you was on it yesterday. The bottom where they're at, well, when they're going through the turns and coming out, is there a curb on that inside?
No.
It's not. It's just a line there. So
Just
there's
a
no
line.
curb. Okay. Nothing like Martinsville.
No. But you touch that grass, and you'll wish there was a curb there.
Maybe Josh is saying he could eat at my house or something. I don't know. Come on over, Josh. I'll feed you. I don't care. I just spent a shit ton of money on some food a little bit ago, so.
As we saw, guys, the 6 and the 92 got into it a little bit, and the 92 got an EOL out of that first strike.
Okay, real quick, waiver rounds are given by the admin tonight. The reason being, because we are not counting caution laps, that's the only way we could do this, is that Mark and Sam has to wave their lucky dog around in this race.
Josh corrected his statement as the pace car drops down. Here we go, the 88 with a good restart once again. Shouldn't even be a surprise at this point, as Jamie Walker starting to walk away already with the race lead. Out behind him, it's Dakota Todd and Dalton Kilroy, the Butcher, battling it out for third spot. You see the damage to the left side, the door panel of the 41. You can barely make out the numbers on the 41 at this point. The paint's been scraped off, and he wouldn't have it any other way. The 41 sneaks into third spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in fourth. Big Daddy Brian McRae in his gold Moss Dr. Squatch machine at a Top Flight Computers Racing, sitting there in fifth spot with Ty Morosco right behind him.
And you got the 13 of David Bennett sitting in seventh right now, trying to catch up to the back bumper. Uh-oh.
The 11 rights the ship, gets it going back on the track. No caution.
Oh boy, that car's got some heavy right side damage.
9 going around. Oh, into the 4.
And caution on the track. Nick Okie knows he's in trouble when he sees the guys driving towards him. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened. Well, Okie right in front of the 44 Backover. Oh, comes into the corner and just gets sideways. Oh, tries to correct, comes back up into Hayden Wheeler. Oh my goodness, look at the devastation on the 9 car. Oh Lord. Not the night that Okie was looking for. Skittles, I see the request, and don't you worry about that. I've got it planned out, ready to go. Well, we got to get past these silly little caution things that we got going on here. Once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. This is the all-star race here at the Blazing Pedals K&N Series, brought to you by TRJKarting.com.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Absolutely. Make sure to visit our sponsor page, TRJKarting.com, and remember too, they have some great apparel. If you're not into racing, but you're into watching racing and supporting small business, well, Tim over at TRJKarting.com has got you covered. Jamie Walker out there as your race leader, and he's he's led every lap so far.
Hey, he's putting on a clinic here tonight.
He's showing off, that's all he's doing. I tell you what, we've talked about this in the past, guys, when I've been in here with you. You couldn't ask for a cleaner driver than Jamie Walker. Again, hey, Jamie, where do you want to pass at? Don't matter. Just hold your line. I will get around you. Don't worry about it. He does not push the issue with you. He's very clean.
Yeah, he's a very nice person. You can kind of tell that by the way he drives. There's no question about that. And well, we'll look forward to seeing him go again here.
So I've seen Mark's name pop up a few times during this caution. I almost know what he says, but I don't want to.
Nope, we're not getting into it.
Oh, the 92 just slammed the 44 of Baca on this caution.
Oh boy.
Well, you know, it's those ARCA brakes. Jamie Walker gets this thing going once again, and then 88 is still your race leader. Dakota Todd behind him with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Big Daddy Brian McRae in the 35 machine, cranking up the 4th spot. Ty Morosco right behind him in the 1 machine. David Bennett in the 13, having a fine race here at North Wilkesboro. Corey Rutherford has cracked in the top 10. He's running in 7th spot. He's done it very quietly. Big bad Brian Dees to his outside, trying to take away the spot. Brian Dees has the advantage going down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. And Dees looking to hold on to that momentum across the start-finish line, has taken over that spot.
After that last caution, Chris, there was one car who did get the EOL, but he is sitting on pit road right now. That's the 9 of Nick Okie. A lot of damage on that thing, so it's going to be a little while, I think, before he gets back out there.
Right on. Well, it's been a request, and we're going to get ready to do it. I will say this is a new track, so the camera packs are not set up quite the way I'd like them to be. But I got something for you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on a phone, you use that rocker dial, turn that thing to 10. If you're watching on a TV, I want you to take your remote up into your hand, and turn it up to about 100 because we're gonna turn it up. Caution on the track. Caution. And I believe, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the 97 of Jeff Hartline that went around and may have started that one up.
I think he had a little help by the 3 there, Corey Sherman.
Well,
I was gonna say the Terminator made a move.
Let's I gotta find him. There he is. Let's go on back, take a peek, see what happened to Jeff Hartline. And I did not go back far enough. Here we go. Oh, the 3, he just got tight. I mean, he had the wheel cranked to the left and just no place to go. Then he gets into the 44 a little bit. Ahead of them, Corey Rutherford in the 55 was going around. So, yeah. The 97 actually comes out of that one relatively unscathed.
Corey's car got hit from all 4 corners, I believe. And his number 3, that Black Savage Edge.
Now let's take a peek in on his car. Yeah, right side definitely crinkled in. Left front's okay. Left rear, well, yeah, the back side's okay too. Sherman should be okay.
You know, this is somewhat of a fast track, but when these guys wreck for being able, they're slowing down good enough where they ain't tearing up the cars a whole boatload like we would at, you know, Charlotte, Daytona, tracks like that where we're running 180 mile an hour constantly. Luckily, these guys can keep moving.
Yeah, it's good because the last thing you want to do is have an all-star event and have people having to fall out because they're not able to continue on. Now, sure, it is happening. You know, Nick Okie, a good example. He's 2 laps down, but has made it back out on track after being on pit road for an extended amount of time. Now 3 laps down, but by and large, you know, like you said, Terry, we've had a few cautions here. Everybody able to keep on keeping on because sheet metal here is kind of not necessary. You know, it's not about aerodynamics. It's about handling, and the guys that handle the best, or at least come to the handling of the car the best, will certainly make their way to the front.
And a good thing right now, the number 9 of Nick Okie, he's 3 laps down. He's the only 1 laps down. He will get these laps back if these guys continue to do these cautions. Like I said, the admin, Mark and Sam, they have to give him the wave around since he's the only one out there. He will get the lucky dog. So we could very well have all 20 of these guys back on the lead lap before the end of this race.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see there as the lights are off on the pace car. Just quickly, as Jamie Walker restarts this thing, that last caution was EOL given to the number 3, first strike.
All right, first strike to Corey Sherman in the 3 car, receives the EOL, goes to the back of the field. And meanwhile, Jamie Walker is doing what he has done all night long, guys. He has absolutely dominated this all-star event so far here tonight, and the 88 continues to do so. Already has a half a second lead, and it's only been about a half and a half. Dakota Todd sitting in second spot. A battle for third between teammates over there at Top Flight Racing. You've got Derek Polson to the outside, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in the 10 car to the inside. So glad to see Butcher get himself a race win this year. It's been something we've been wanting to see for a couple of seasons now, and finally got that monkey off his back, got himself a win this season. So a good job out of the 10 crew this season to get to that win, and that certainly opens up a bunch of doors for him as far as what he's able to do for the rest of the season now that he's locked into that chase.
Almost definitely. You know, right now he's sitting in
Caution
third
on
spot.
track. Oh, Dalton Kilrow involved. Aaron Bockover also involved. And I believe Corey Rutherford may have been involved as well. Let's go back and take a peek. We're watching the 44, although it looks like this may have happened in front of him. Oh, the 41 and the 55 get together hard. You actually heard the impact there. We'll go back to Corey Rutherford, back it up one more time. Watching the 55 machine, the 41, a couple of cars ahead of him.
Man, I'm glad I'm not in TeamSpeak right now.
Your car is the nicest one out of TNA tonight, man. I mean, no work done on that thing.
Oh, I mean, just 2 hits on that 41 car, and you could hear them both. But we still haven't seen the source of the action. Let's go back and ride along with Don Kilrow. The 41 is already kind of beat up. That 41 is pretty much rubbed off on the left side door before any of this action happened.
Yeah, Corey Rutherford just T-boned him too, really bad. Just messed up his 55.
Yeah, he came off the corner, it got loose, and around he went sideways in the 55 and the 9. Poor Nick Okie, he's got to be thinking, boys, what do I have to do here? And unfortunately, there is no real answer to that at this time.
Yeah, you just got to go out there and keep turning laps, Chris. Well, that was called on the 41 of Dalton Kilbrough, EOL.
Yeah, Dalton just come out of that turn, and he must have got into the gas just a little too soon and just got back into that car turning on him.
That broke loose.
So the 41 going to receive an EOL.
Looks like pit road might get busy. I don't know. I'm just seeing Dalton's Kilrow is 41.
Yeah, I think it's guys that have, you know, going to be in the back anyway, so why not get some tires?
Might as well. Well, the pace car lights are still on. Let's finish up what I was going to say. TBB, you know, Taylor Butcher Benjamin there, he's in third right now in our league, and he won Talladega. Guys, his average finish and his average start is an 8. So he has done remarkable this season with us.
That's pretty strong. There's no doubting that at all. So definitely third place in points, and it's happening out of consistency. And, you know, I say it year in and year out. It's always about consistency. It really is. You have a long, long season. You can't win them all, right? But you can finish in the top 5 or 10 and really do well for the year. And here we go under the green flag. Again, Jamie Walker just leaps out to the front. Is anybody going to be able to keep up with him off the line?
You know what? I think Dakota Todd, I think he's going to hang around till, lap, let's say 124. He's going to take the win.
Well, I don't know. I mean, right now he's got a ways to go. Terry sitting in 11th spot is Dakota Todd.
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize he was that far down. Sorry.
Yeah. Derek Paulson, though, right on the back bumper of the 88. And, oh, man, comes off the corner sideways, does the 6. The rear end slide is real here at North Wilkesboro.
Derek Paulson can get these cars around the track. I don't care what track we're at. He can make it work. I've watched him. He's passed me 100,000 times. I love the way he races. I can't do it. Oh, the 4's starting to go around. Then he saves it.
Aiden Wheeler out back, running in 16th spot, gets it going once again, but very slow right now as he is trying to gain that confidence to put the car back up into high gear. Back up front, Jamie Walker and Derek Paulson battling it out, and this is the best fight we've seen so far out of top 2 drivers here tonight. Jamie Walker has a challenger. It's Derek Paulson. Paulson only 0.3 of a second behind and starting to close in just a little bit.
And like you said, Walker hasn't really had to think about this at all tonight. I mean, that 6 machine all over the back bumper there, the 88.
Derek Paulson pulls right to the back bumper of the 88 now, just waiting for an entryway to get to the lead. One little mistake out of the 88 machine is all the 6 is looking for. Good luck finding it, though, because it just has not happened so far here tonight.
Hey, has anybody seen a mistake out of the 88 machine tonight?
Not tonight.
It's Walker, Paulson, and Butcher Benjamin sitting in the top 3. Brian McRae has marched his way into the top 5. He's running in 4 in that number 35 machine. Ty Morosco in the 1 car, having a fabulous night of himself. He's running in the 5th position. Yeah, at one point, guys, he was down 2 laps, has got them both back. And look at this kid go. He's running in 6th spot, although him and Brian D is battling it out for that position. D's to the inside, Habiak to the outside. Habiak takes a little bit of a different approach to try and get around this track, and it looks like it is paying off as Habiak goes around the 17.
Guys, the 92 of Blake Deckerick, I believe he is disconnected. He has left the building. He's showing 10 laps down at the moment.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's
not able to complete here tonight. But we got a battle going here between D's and the 13 of Bennett. Bennett right now has the advantage on that outside lane. And this is what I was talking about, guys. This track is a 2-lane track, and it does shift from inside to outside as to which one is quicker. There's no way of really knowing, as Dakota Todd in his 63 says, okay, boys, I'm going to show you around. Here's how we do it. We go from the outside to the inside. We pass a few cars, and that is how we get around this track. Dakota Todd marching himself back up towards the front as he is sitting now in 7th position.
Yeah, he's able to get around Rick Thompson and David Bennett all at the same time. Chris doing an excellent job getting back up there towards the front.
Guys, I've got him the 10 of Benjamin. He's just waiting for that 6 of Paulson or the 88 of Walker to do something silly, and he is going to take big advantage of it.
What I've noticed too is Paulson really doing a little different line than Walker. He's on the inside just a little bit, peeking, and I think he's looking to make a move here pretty quick.
Well, Rick, I noticed a few corners. Paulson would back off just slightly before Walker would and get that run and try to get him on the inside. Every time he tries, it looks like Jamie just shuts that door.
Well, I mean, we've seen Walker race multiple times up towards the front. He knows what he has to do. And I think he's just letting the 6, like right now, the 6 really low. He's not able to do much, though.
No, he's not. And the 10 of Benjamin, I really think he's waiting on one of these guys to have a problem and capitalize.
Well, I mean, Top Flight Racing right there. They're all together, and they're taking over 3rd, 4th, and, well, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If I clean my glasses a little bit, I could see that. But they're all right there. But right now, Jamie Walker not letting them do much. Ty Morosco's starting to catch up a little bit.
And as we found out at Daytona Talladega, these cars, you can't touch each other all that good from front to back, as you will spin out or spin the guy in front of you. At the door, you can door slam all day, keep moving, but yeah, you can't touch these guys in the back and front end of these cars.
And I think it works out here too. I just went back a little bit there as I heard Race Control talking about 3 racing there with Brian Dees and Ian Haviak. Ian Haviak went and slammed the outside wall, but was able to hang on to it. So a lot of these are just they're doing an awesome job. I mean, I'm sure you miss being out in the track, buddy, but I'm glad you're up here in the booth with us tonight. All-Star race has been great.
Yeah, I miss racing with these guys each and every. I mean, I do race them every week, but I miss this. But this is the one time I get to watch everybody race. I have fun this with you guys. I enjoy it. Just sit back and relax and just have fun.
Yeah, and look at Derek Paulson right now taking over the lead, or trying to take over the lead. Right there, it was still Jamie Walker, but Paulson really trying to work that inside. Now his teammates might go with it. It's kind of hard.
As I say, they keep that up. Benjamin will get probably follow. I would think he would have followed Paulson through there if Paulson would have been able to make the full move. Jumping.
We are having a little bit of technical difficulty there on the Chris's end, but he's trying to get that worked out. Me and Terry are keeping it here on the leaders.
We won't say nothing like, "Oh my God, the whole field crashed," and you guys don't see it. We won't. Jamie Walker just jumped out, and I don't know what he done. Found the boost button or something.
I think he just pounded down one of the Mountain Dews that left over from last season.
Well, if you go to look at second spot now, Benjamin got around Paulson there in his 10 car. I think that's what gave Jamie the big lead in that 88.
Well, yeah, I mean, that happened too when those guys tried to race it out. I mean, as you know, as a driver here, that when you start racing, I mean, the leader, if he's got nobody around him, he's just going to take off while you guys battle out. And I think you're absolutely right, Terry. I think that's what the Butcher did there. He was able to get around his team. About this is it allowed Ty Morosco to get caught up to Dakota Todd.
Now we got about 4 laps here, 3.5 laps left. Nope, 3 right now. Does Benjamin in that 10 have enough to get a hold of Walker and get around him for that stage win?
3 laps on this short track here. We're just over a half a mile. I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, the only thing I can see is Jamie having, as I know Jamie and races Jamie, he ain't going to have a problem. But, Benjamin's looking.
That was only a couple laps left. Now, last year, All-Star race, Walker won it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I do believe he did. That's Skittles. She knows. Yep, Skittles said he won it last year. I think he did.
Sam Baumgarten, you are correct. I mean, stream is good over there on Twitch, but you're talking funny. I want to send Sam Baumgarten some dip. I think he's trying it for the first night tonight.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I have looked into it as much as possible, and unfortunately, it's not being kind, as I am dropping a lot of frames here, and I do apologize. This is very unlike my internet. Does in fact win stage number 2. There's really not a lot I can do about it at this time, except for just hope. Man, this kind of stinks.
Well, hey, I'm all for it. I'll put my first vote in. Let's start the race over again.
That gives me a chance to get in it then.
No, you're stuck up here in the booth.
That's fine. Also, since I got out of the race, because I was eligible for this race, I got out and gave somebody a run. Like I said, a couple other guys, it looks like pit road's gonna get busy, guys. I got out, a couple other guys got out so others could race, and pretty cool. That just shows what kind of people we have here at Blazing Pedals.
Well, you know, I've mentioned this multiple times on multiple different broadcasts here with the Blazing Pedals, and very few leagues. Like iRacing, to me, it's great service. It's one of the best simulators out there for any kind of racing that everybody here would agree. Official racing has gotten terrible. And you know, the league racing is really where it's at. And there's only a couple of leagues that I would really, if I ever stopped broadcasting and I needed a place to race, Blazing Pedals is one of the first places that I would definitely go to. I mean, the respect that you guys have for each other is just amazing. And then, of course, like you said, you know, you dropped out of the race with somebody else that was able, could get in, and there was a couple other drivers, and that proves my point right there that you guys are a top-notch league. No question
Well,
about that in my eyes.
I just want to cut in here real quick, guys. I'm going to try and do something. It's going to involve shutting the stream down for just a moment. I'm hoping it's going to come right back up. Hopefully we're back. Find out here in just a moment. 0.
is there any way we can pull Jamie in? Is there a way you can do it, Rick?
I'll just give it a minute because
I just got word from race control. We might actually try to keep this under caution since the cautions are not being counted here. The race can continue once the stream is back up.
You know what? That's awesome because that's going to play for fuel on this next 25 laps. Because now we're in a shootout. Can we red flag it?
So he's going to keep it yellow until we're back live. So.
All right, guys, we're back live as best we can. I am so sorry again for the internet failure on my part. We're going to try and get this thing done here. We are 25 laps from being done. We're into the final stage. Stage 2 winner, Jamie Walker in the 88. And guys, this is it. This is for all the marbles here.
Oh, definitely. And as these, again, none of these caution laps count, guys. So all these guys are kind of taking advantage of it, coming and getting fuel. I don't know if anyone's getting tires yet or not, but that extra round is track. And remember, they still have to pit. Once they go green in this 25 laps, they still have to make a pit stop. They don't have to take tires. They don't have to take fuel, but they do have to stop in that box.
That's going to be really interesting too. I really like this rule. I think it's going to be kind of cool. Right now, race control is keeping the race spoke under the caution flag just to see if Chris's internet has evened out a little bit.
I don't think it has.
Just in the last, under these last 2 caution laps, I've watched Dalton Kilroy hit the twice.
Oh, don't like this. This upsets me every time. Well, unfortunately, this is as good as it's going to get for the right here. Couldn't pin down the problem. And that got to get the event going. We'll do what we can to try and bring you the action that we can. And we're going to go from there.
My question is, did you feed your hamster this weekend?
I forgot.
I think Comcast forgot too.
Yeah, they definitely forgot. All right, pace car lights are off. We're going to go. And hopefully, well, dang it. It is what it is. This is not what I wanted tonight. The 88 with a good jump. 5 laps to go. Make it 24 now as they've crossed the start-finish line. This is it. This is marbles. Jamie Walker, your race leader. He's won every stage here tonight. That's good for 20 bucks. Can he get some more out of this night? Oh, Jamie Walker coming down pit road early. Man, did he jam the brakes to come down pit road. Everybody's got to come, but it causes a caution flag on the field. And man, that's not how you want to do it. Oh, Lord.
And Jamie Walker taking that. I'm going to assume that is legal. That's what race control has to say about that.
Yeah, that's going to be, man, he got on the brakes hard. And, woo.
If anybody's noticed at the end of pit road, at the beginning of pit road, there is a big old tire right there. That thing is solid when you hit it, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, right now, Dakota Todd in the 63, the first behind the pace car. Rick Thompson has made himself up to the front. I'm pretty sure I called that one out, guys. I said that was going to happen.
You did. You did.
Oh, I'm so frustrated right now that I could. Here we are in the last stage at North Wilkesboro. Did you ever think we'd be saying those words? Man, oh man.
Never.
No, but I'm glad that we are, because I mean, think of how many local tracks, Chris and Terry, that close down, that don't have the chance to be forever in a service like this, and where we can go out where we would never have had a chance to maybe go down and watch a race or to drive on the track ourselves. I mean, for me, that there's one that I would love, but it's going to be impossible now because it's a field. But it'd be cool to have Catamount. I know back racing 2003 season that Papyrus had, Catamount was there. Our local track down at Thunder Road, which is still going, was there. So I just love that it is here on the service now.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't mind seeing Catamount there. I was just talking to a customer the other day about Catamount and how good it was, and he remembered it just as well as I did, and had a good conversation. Pace car lights are off. Dakota Todd gonna be the guy right behind the pace car, your first place runner.
Guys, oh my, Derek Paulson just giving the EOL. Oh, ooh, not good for Derek. He was up in the front running with Jamie forever. Go to both.
I don't know about you guys, but I just had pizza delivered to the booth here in North Wilkesboro. I mean, how cool is that?
Bring alcohol.
Yeah, yes. So
All right, so a couple of guys were able to get onto pit road before that caution came out, assuming that counts. That could change the entire race.
Skittles, if I know Jamie, he knows what he was doing. But with that caution, into some things there.
now, one nice thing that I'm still listening on race control, but I have not heard that it has not counted, because he was actually on pit road before the car. Derek Paulson wanted to, I think, follow Walker in at the same time. Got on the brakes hard and, of course, hit that pit wall, retaining wall, and that car hit hard.
Now, looks like a little confusion going on with the way the field sits as the 35 picks up the tail end of the pace car. And this is one of the problems with the caution flags not counting. I appreciate that tonight more than normal, because through the problem we were able to at least try to fix it. But I'm not entirely sure until we go back to the green flag what the actual starting lineup is. I do know that the pace car is coming off. We're getting ready to go back to the green. Who's the race leader? I don't know. We're going to find out right now as we go back under caution. Race control not happy with the way things are looking. Pace car rolls right back out.
I'm going to take a guess at this. The way these guys are spread out, I know they're always talking to us about bunching up the field. Yeah, I don't know why Mark threw it, but man, they were spread out a little bit.
There's going to be one more yellow that is going to be thrown here tonight at North Wilkesboro. And the reason for that is because Nick Okie is still one lap down, so he is getting the wave around now. I know they were working on a few other things there where guys had black flags for passing cars during that last caution there.
Yeah, another thing in our league, we get for certain things, they will clear them. Now, saying that, come Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, I go look at them occasionally. We see if that flag we cleared was legit. If not, you will get a penalty out of it as we go green, guys.
Up front, 35, Brian McRae in second spot, Rick Thompson in third. They've gone nose to tail in the top 4 or 5, and they got this. They're straightening out all over the place now. Hayden Wheeler running in the top 5, way down to the inside. The 13 and the 16 go around. Hayden Wheeler comes in along with Dakota Todd. That's going to give the lead over to Brian McRae, but it was very quick as the 76 of Rick Thompson trying to get around him on the outside. Rick Thompson to lead a lap here in the final stage. The 35, Brian McRae, wants to lead this one himself. He does across the start-finish line.
Oh, huge story from Dakota Todd. It looks like, and I was just about to talk about this, these guys coming down pit road, Chris and Terry, they don't have to take tire fuel, but that gives them a little bit of pressure because they have to make sure that those boxes are unchecked. And I do believe Dakota Todd has left the race because he was getting tired.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, that would have been enough to do it. So Todd, unfortunately, going to give up the race as we have a new, as they cross the start. Oh, no, we don't, because Brian McRae stayed out. So sorry about that.
Another thing about this, getting on pit road, they're coming down these roads, hitting that turn right at about a 120. And when you make that left turn, oh
boy, we're going to have a caution. I believe that was the, oh boy, I'm not even sure.
Oh, he's in front of Jamie. 97.
Yeah, I thought it might have been Heartline. All right, let's go back and, we're going to go back and take a peek here. We'll
Heartline and
Patrick
Day. Yep.
Oh, Heartline right into the backside of the 11. Corey Sherman does a good job. Stay off from the 88 machine. And guys, it's acting like the 10 laps to go with money on the line.
Yes, sir. So I'm guessing Jamie's pit counted, which is that's good.
No, Aberson did call out that he was pitting the Heartline.
Nick Kia, he is in the infield. Kids want to grab him.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, I'll bring him up. Go ahead, Terry. You can go ahead and talk to him.
Nick, you got a copy? Nick Kia, you got a copy? Try one more time. How about you, Nick? You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Bud, what's going on out there, Bud? What happened to you?
Well, I fell a lap down and it started with I short pitted there on that restart to get the green flag. And as I was coming out, the caution flew. So being one lap down, I was going to get the wave round and get back on the lead lap. And I don't know how many guys still hit, but I'm guessing it was a fair bit. And I was coming around to catch those guys, and Corey got loose and bounced off the wall and tagged me there.
Is the number 9 coming back out, or are we done for the night?
I'm just going to go ahead and sit it right here and let these gentlemen fight it out at the end here.
Anybody on that car you want to say hey about?
I'd like to thank Michael Falk for putting the skin on here, and Cotterman Company, and thank TRJ Skittles for donating to put this fine event on.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, man, I'll see you next Sunday on the track, brother.
Thanks, Terry. It was good.
See you, buddy.
Nick Okie, driver of the number 9, going to be calling it a night here. And it looks like the 9 pick up the EO well this time by first strike for him. As Jeff Hartline going to have to fall to the tail end of the field. This one drawing closer and closer to a finish. 19 green flag laps to go. And look at this. TNA. They're up there in the top 5, boys.
I didn't want to jinx them.
I do. I mean, it's my job as a commentator to let everybody know what's
It's true. That's true.
Yes.
All I know is that number 3 car is on point.
It is a very good looking car.
Corey Sherman this season, he has just done phenomenal. He's at P5 right now in our points, and he's got an average top finish of 13 with a 14 start average, but he's always up in that man, and I love watching him. I love racing with him.
Yeah, it seems to me we've called his name and number quite a few times here this season, with a lot of racing left to go. Here we are at the All-Star break, though, and
Brian,
we're getting ready to go.
Big jump. What, am I not loud? Yeah, I'm
Oh,
live.
yeah, you are. You're good.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
And
What I didn't know.
I was gonna say the 10 of Benjamin was starting to run him down, but I don't know if these 2 guys pitted yet or not.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have. These certainly has not come down.
Yeah, the same with Sherman in his 3, Bach over in 4 to 4. Gio Thompson there in the 70. What is he? 76 now.
Yes, sir. And here we go. The 88 starting to wind it up. He's working the inside of Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin. The 88 has a good turns 3 and 4. The 88 looking to try and take him at the line. Can't quite get there. The Butcher holds on to second spot by inches.
Remember, guys, 3 do get money for this race.
17 coming down pit road. He's going to give up the Butcher now, the race leader in the 10 car. That moves Jamie Walker up to second spot. Oh, Corey Sherman going sideways, collects it up. Able to save it is the 3 car. Patrick Abrahams, though, he goes sideways. He's facing the wrong way. Got to correct that on track, and he does. We stay under the green flag here so far with 13 laps to go. Jamie Walker knocking on the door of your race leader, the Butcher Benjamin.
Benjamin needs to protect that bottom because Jamie's going to take it every time.
I believe that Ben has to come down pit road, maybe?
I wish I knew.
Oh, I was asking. I didn't know.
Okay.
Oh, caution on the field.
Might be the 3 car.
Oh, Corey Sherman. Heavy damage. We're going to go back and take a peek. Sherman behind the 1 of Ty Morosco in front of the 97 of Jeff Hartline. Oh my goodness. It's like the 1 stopped going and then hit the wall.
That's nuts.
And then he's obviously upset. Oh boy. Well, Terry, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It was your fault. You put the commentator curse, not me.
We're not bringing him in.
Our coverage brought to you tonight by TRJKarting.com, your home for everything karting. Want to shout out to Tim. Hope great night with his wife and a great weekend.
Yeah, Tim, I hope you're watching, but yet not actually. If you're just you and the wife out having fun for the weekend.
I got a message today saying he would not be in attendance.
Okay, well, good. Well, not good, but good. Speaking of Tim, last season, I thought Ian had something for everybody, and he kind of did last season. This season, he is not faring that well at all, man. He's showing 15 in the finishes, but his average start is an 18. He's had some good season on his finishes.
Well, the transition period to the cars from the trucks hasn't been easy, but so far tonight actually showing that he's got what it takes. Given enough time, I believe that Ian will get these tires underneath him, and he'll be a force to be reckoned with here later on this season. Right now, being scored 8th position.
You know what it is? His dad ain't hollering at him, say, "Hey, Foster's up there in front of you. Get around him."
That's true. Yeah. No. Oh, Lord. Yes, that is true.
Look who's sitting in 4th right now. Dang.
Guys, again, I'm not talking about him. You guys are.
I didn't say a word.
The Shermanator wants to sell that car. If he wants to throw that paint up on Trading Paints, I will gladly run it. Gladly.
I take a plug for Corey with his Savage Edge. Look him up online, savageedge.com. He does a lot of shirts. As a matter of fact, I got my TNA Motorsport shirt on tonight with the turtle on the front.
Here we go, back into the green flag. The Butcher with a fine restart. The 88, just a little bit. Rick Thompson holds on to that bottom lane, takes over 3rd position. Barkover trying to hold on and stay steady. It is Hayden Wheeler battling it out for 5th spot with Brian McRae. McRae to the inside in his number 35. Meanwhile, James was trying to put a move on the 10 car. The 10 saw it coming, didn't let it happen. So Jamie Walker right now in second with Rick Thompson. Caution once
now.
again on the field. It's going to be the 11 car. Let's go back and take a peek. Brian Dees down to the inside of Patrick Abrahamson. Oh, and just gets loose. And then, oh, the 97 comes up. A little bit of net code there, guys.
A little bit.
Oh, back under the caution we go with 9 laps to go. And if the Butcher hasn't come down pit road yet, he is quickly the time frame to do so. And all of these cautions certainly not going to help him out. He hasn't had a chance to advance himself at all. Give the lead back to the 88 if that's the case.
Yeah, man, I really wish I knew the 10 of Taylor has pitted or not. This is going to be just a bad race for him unless we have a. I don't want to say it. I ain't going to say it. Never mind.
Go ahead, say it, buddy.
Join the party, but falling back just a little bit is the 76 machine.
Right now, all eyes are on the Butcher and that 10 machine. Jamie Walker, Chris, we don't know if the Butcher has pit yet. We know that Jamie Walker did during that first caution as we went back live. He was on pit road before the caution flag, so that stop kind of helped him out a little bit as we see Rick Thompson get a little bit loose there.
Guys, they got Rick Thompson. Jeff Hartline right too, so I wonder if this is going to play something on them and one of them's going to use him as a pick to get around the other.
I think Walker's trying to figure that out right now. The inside of the Butcher, working it hard into one. Woo.
And Thompson, oh, there's another yellow, guys.
Oh boy.
That's coming a nail biter.
It really is.
And
I'd love to come back here and do this one again as we go back live. 4 laps to go. I say live. I'm picking up a viewer at this point, so not sure if it's even doing it.
Skittles, you still here? Type something.
I don't think she is. I think they're all. It dropped down to 0 kilobytes, so they were getting no information.
Yeah, I put it. I'm only showing 2 viewers, so I'm guessing me and Skittles maybe.
Yeah. All right, it's up. Sam up. Sam, you're here with me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. And I'm bringing Mark up too.
Whoa.
All right, you got.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna call this one to the end. So sorry, Mark. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Hey, things happen, man. It's computers.
All right, pace car's off, guys.
All right, pace car is off. We're going back to the green flag, the 10 car. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader at turn 1 and 2. Again, narrowly escaping that pass from the 88 when he got into the wall. But the 10 car has just half a lap to go now, coming into turn 4. It's going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin and the 88 battling for the lead. No, it is the Butcher as he crosses the start-finish line. Race finish here for the Butcher. The 88 Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson in third spot. We're still going. What the heck's going on here, boys? It said it's finishing. I don't know.
Right. Taylor got him.
Taylor
the Butcher Benjamin got him on the last corner there.
Unbelievable action here from North Wilkesboro. And I want to thank everybody for coming on over to Serby's Twitch channel. Hopefully quality a little bit better over there.
I got a copy.
Well, bud, it was a kind of an up and down night for you, but at one point you were deep in the field, and I told the guys, I said, you watch for this guy. He is going to have a solid track. And how did you like this setup here tonight?
I love the track. Horrendous bump in the middle of the 3 and 4 that threw the car all wonky, and the setup was pretty good. It got a little loose for me personally on new tires when I was trying to be on the low side, so every time I'd get up there and I'd be on the bottom side on the fresh tires, it just would want to go to the left on the front, so I kept getting back at the back again. But I loved passing on the outside with it. It was great on the outside.
Yeah, this track definitely has its challenges, and we'll overcome them. Came in third spot tonight, and a big congratulations going out to you in the 76 team. Speaking of, who do you got to thank there tonight?
Yeah, I want to just thank my team. Thank my dad especially. He was spotting for me tonight, so I had a live spotter, so that was special to have him spotting for me. And thanks for TRJ Karting for putting up the prize money and everything, and Skittles and everybody else out there. Thank everybody. Thank Mark and Sam, and obviously thank you guys for broadcasting it. Always enjoy watching the streams.
Now, I don't know if you're going to appreciate this one, but we did what we could, Rick. Congratulations once again on a third place finish tonight, the 76 of Rick Thompson. And Rick, I believe you caught up with second place runner Jamie Walker.
Yeah, I mean, Terry was supposed to get Rick Thompson.
I know.
Okay.
I just kind of kept rolling, so he's going to get the Butcher.
Jamie Walker, you got Rick and Chris and Terry and Mark and Sam up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy.
Well, we got a house full up here, don't we?
We're partying, man. Hey, listen, what an outstanding job by you tonight. You led 94 laps of this thing, and you were right there at the end, man. So congratulations. Tell us about your race a little bit.
Well, this place is tough on you. I mean, I once I get away, I'm okay, but this thing will wear you out quickly. This is the first time I've been on the track. I bought the track just not even before the session, so it's a lot of fun. It took a lot of learning there at the beginning.
Holy cow, man, that is just amazing. Well, hey, listen, you won some cash. You won this thing last year, and you came in second this year, so you're continuing on. I know you wanted to win, and I think if we had just a couple more laps, you would have been able to do it. But who do you got to thank on that number 88 tonight?
I don't know. If you look at that, when Tyler got in the wall there, I took the lead from him, but of course we didn't cross the line under green, so it didn't give me that lap. But anyways, I'd like to thank TRJ Karting and Skittles. They're both on my car. They also helped put on this event. I'd really like to give a big shout out to those guys. Of course, Blazing Pedals for putting this league on, and you guys up in the booth. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, awesome, man. Hey, listen, I look